Previously, we learned how to use the z-score to figure out probability in word problems, whether you're looking for the z-score, the percentile that's beneath, or the value of data that's above a certain number. By converting that z-score, converting that number to a z-score, then using that z-score in the z-score table, like this one, to find the probability of having a data point that high, and then answer the question. And you also should have learned how to use normal distribution. You should also learn what z-scores were and how to use the z-score table. Now, we're going to use one last example. And this is the most difficult example I can give you with z-score. And this applies it in its highest form. In this example like this, where we got to use a z-score to find the probability of choosing data points that's between two different numbers. What I mean is this. All right, in this problem, it says the manufacturer finds the life expectancy of his best-selling model of clothes dryers is 11 years, and the standard deviation is 1.5 years, or 1.5 years. Find the probability that this model of clothes dryer will last from 10 to 12 years. All right, so let's first get this understood. They should have gave us like the mean and standard deviation. So it says that the life expectancy of the best-selling dryer is 11 years. So we're going to say that's the mean. This will be our mean. And then it says that the standard deviation is 1.5 years. So let's first plot that. My mean is 11. I'm going to go out 3 standard deviations in both directions. So if I add 1.5 to it, it should be 12.5, then 14, and then 15.5. That should be 3 standard deviations in each direction. And then we'll go backwards 3. So 1, 2, 3. Let's take out 1.5 from this. It should wind up being 9.5, and then 8, then 7.5. So long as the math is right, those are the standard deviations, and that's how it should look. Now let's actually put it to use. It says find a probability that this model of clothes dryers will last between 10 and 12 years. So every time you sketch this, and notice that 10 or 12 are neither one of these standard deviations are truly 10 or 12. Like 10 is probably around here. This is probably at 10, and then 12 is probably around there. So 12. So we want to know what the percentage is between these two numbers. We want to know how much data is between those two numbers. So in this case, we need to use z-scores to figure out these probabilities. So I got to find out 10 as a z-score and 12 as a z-score. Remember that the z-score formula is x take away the mean all over the standard deviation. Again, you may see it written in some books as x take away mu divided by standard deviation. Either way, it's the same thing. It means mean. So I first got to find a z-score for 10, which would be 10 take away 11 over 1.5. Then I got to find a z-score for 12. It's 12 take away 11 over 1.5. This gives you negative 1 over 1.5. So this z-score, type that into your calculator. Negative 1 divided by 1.5 is about negative 0.666. So negative point was 0.666. We're going to call that negative 0.67. And then this is going to be positive 1 over 1.5. So it should be positive 0.666 or positive 0.67. So those are the two z-scores that we have in question. So this z-score is negative 0.0667, and the other one is positive 0.67. So we can go to z-score table and find each one of those. So on the z-score table, add negative 0.67 is down here. Here's negative 0.6, go all the way over. And here is 0.07. So we drop that straight down. and looks like they meet right there. So 0.2513, So this area, we need that curve. So the area under the curve, or the probability, is 0.25143. So keep in mind, area underneath the curve, or probability, or percentile all means the same thing. The next one is 0.67. So positive 0.67, so we'll find 0.6, and cross over with the 7. So that looks to be roughly right here. So 0.74857. 0.74857 is area underneath this curve. Area under curve, or probability. So basically, in order to figure out how much space is in between these two, for example, the first one, this z-score is this area. And the second z-score was area including all of that. And you want the area where, right here, you want to take off this piece that you don't want. So basically, subtract these numbers. Whenever they give you like this, z-score between two numbers, you're going to subtract them somehow. So I'm going to take the larger one and subtract the smaller one from it. So 0.74857. So 0.74857. Take away 0.25143. 0.25143. So 0.49741. So this area right here is 0.49741. So the probability of choosing a dryer, or clothes dryer, that goes in between 10 and 12 years is pretty good. It's almost 50% chance. So this is about 49.741% chance. So again, we like to answer our questions and statistics as a sentence. So we'll say there's about 49.741% chance of this happening. And that's it. I hope that helps. Hope you understand how to do problems like that. That's all I have.